So why would I cut up a drive-by-wire throttle body to mount over here on the side of my engine with a little linkage arm to then pull on a throttle cable to then actuate my ITBs to make them drive-by-wire ITBs instead of just getting a universal drive-by-wire actuator, mounting it over there with a linkage arm to the ITBs and calling it good and cutting out the throttle cable altogether? There's a couple reasons to that. The biggest reason is if we look at this throttle body, and we pull up like one from EFI Hardware, which was the actuator I was going to get initially, and then we look at that actuator from that angle, and then look at this from a somewhat similar angle. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Those actuators are literally just these drive-by-wire throttle bodies taken apart and having the guts replaced into a custom housing, which is fine. It's a great solution to many problems. However, if it's going to do the same job, why not just get one that's a quarter of the cost? I'm still going to have to do a custom plate for it, like I would over there. And on the ITBs, there's not a whole lot of real estate here to comfortably put a throttle linkage. So I probably have to come up with a solution and shear that off and make a custom adapter here to mount the throttle linkage to, which is a lot of R&D I didn't feel like doing. So instead, I can just do a custom plate over here, a little linkage arm that I got from EFI Hardware, and call it good, because a actuated throttle cable to ITBs is something that's been done in the past by a couple manufacturers. I think BMW was one I saw mentioned a lot in the comments. So it'll work. It's just going to be slightly more complicated than just a simple linkage, but it'll also be cheaper and easier to access because it'll just be literally right there instead of like hiding somewhere down there on the side of my engine next to my oil filter. So that's my reasoning. Hopefully that answers some questions people have had, because I've had that comment quite a lot across all of my social media ever since I started working on this little project.